In this video, we're going to go through on Chun Public School End of Year Examination 2024 Mathematics Primary 5 Paper 1 Booklet B. So let's get started on the next question. Question number 16. All right. So find the largest multiple of 8 that is smaller than 60. So what we can do is we can just list down 8, right? 16, 24, 32, 40, okay, 48, then 56, and then 64. So in this case, must be smaller than 60, right? So that means the answer to this is 56. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 17. Find angle M in the figure below. Right, so full circle angle, right, is equal to 360 degrees. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. All right, so the whole angle from here to all the way here, something like this, right? That's what you see over here is 360. Ooh, like this, right? 360 degrees, right? Degrees. There we go. Right, so this whole angle is 360 degrees. All right, so now what's M? So pretty straightforward. Angle M is equal to 360 and then minus 140 minus 63. Okay, in this case over here. Okay, this whole, whoa, this is so cool. All right, okay, whatever the case is. So 360 minus 140 minus 63. All right, 360 minus 140 is 22. 3, yeah, minus 63. You can do your workings. Minus 63. All right, so 3 minus 0 is 7. Okay, and then we have to cancel 2 to make this into a 1. Right, let's put 1 over here, put 10, put a 1 as well over here. Okay, so 21 minus 16 is 15. Okay, 1 5. So the answer to this is 157. Right, there we go. So equal to 157 degrees. All right. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Question number 18. Round 3.785 to 2 decimal place. All right, so that means in this case, we need to look at number 5. Okay, so 5 is 5 or more, so we round out. Okay, 5 is 5 or more. Okay, I'm just gonna put this when rounding numbers, look at one place before. So yeah, in this case, right, then 5 is 5 more, so we round up. So that means curly brackets 3.79. Okay, all right, so these are some notes. So we plus 1 by the 8s. Oops, plus 1 in this case, like this. Okay, right, so the answer to this is 3.79. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 19. So it says here, team clean his room from 9:30 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. How much time did team spend cleaning his room? Okay, so from 9:30 a.m. to 10:00 a.m. is 30 minutes. Okay, so from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. is equal to 1 hour, and then 11 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. is equal to 15 minutes. So that means total is equal to 30 minutes plus 1 hour plus 15 minutes. This will give us 1 hour 45 minutes. There we go. So the answer is 1 hour and 45 minutes. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question 20. There were 440 books on sale. James sold 30% of them. How many books did James sell? All right, so James books sold is equal to, in this sense, 440, then multiply by 30%. We have percent, which is basically 440 multiplied by 30 out of 100. In this case over here, so what we can do, we can cancel out the 0 over here, okay, and then we can cancel out the 0, okay, then we can cancel out another 0 over here, okay, and we can cancel out another 0, okay. So yeah, it looks something like this. So what, okay, so for this is red, okay, so that means it's basically 44 times 3, which is also the same as, when it's the same number, is basically 40 plus 4 times 3, which is basically 40 times 3 plus 4 times 3, and then that is 120 plus 12, which is 132. So the answer to this is 132. There you go. Make it this color. Okay, so let's move on to, make it into this color. Okay, let's move on to question 21. So it says here, water leaks from a tap at a rate of 7 milliliters per second. At this rate, how much water will leak from the tap in 1 minute? Okay, so we know that 1 second, it will leak out 7 milliliters. So 1 minute, okay, let's put here also lah. 1 minute is equal to 60 60 seconds, right? So in this case, 60 seconds, right, is equal to 60 times 7, which is 420 milliliters. There you go. So that's the answer, 420. No scope. Okay, let's move on to question 22. So the graph shows the temperature of water in a pot from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. How many minutes was the temperature of the water 50 degrees and below? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to draw the line of 50 degrees like this, right? 50 is over here. How many minutes? So you don't have to measure everything, right? Okay, so this is the cutoff line, big, right? Or put this. Okay, so how many minutes was the temperature of the water 50 degrees and below? So that means it started out. Okay, so uh, fi- uh time, yeah, time started 50 degrees Celsius and below is equal to 0910. Okay, and then right like this, 0910 over here, and then yeah, this is what, okay, then 0910 to 0920, sorry, 30 is equal to 20 minutes. So the answer to this is 20 minutes. Okay, not 29, 20 minutes. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 23. All right, so it says here there were 56 children at a party. 27 of them were boys, the rest were girls. How many more girls than boys were there? Okay, so in this case, what we can do is we can get the boys. Okay, it's equal to, so I mean total it's equal to 56. Okay, then boys is 56. Then we multiply by. Okay, so in this case, 2 out of 7. So what is 7 divided by 56? Okay, so in this case, we can cancel 7. 7. Okay, and at the same time, let's move this a bit down. So 7 divided by 56, this will then become 8, right? 8. So what would this be? This will be, okay, let me just go here, equal to 8 times 2, which will go to 16. So we have 16 boys, right, in this case. Then how about girls? So girls, let's go to 56 minus 16 will be 40. So difference is equal to 40 minus 16, which is to 24. So the answer to this is 24. There you go. So how many more goals? How many more girls than boys? I call this difference. In this case over here, this difference. So we are looking for a difference. Okay, so next one, 24. Madeline had 3/5 kilogram of flour. She used 1/3 of the flour for baking. How much was she left? Right, so this, right, is just, so 1/3 of, okay, means 1 out of 3, and then you multiply like this. Okay, 1/3 of, right, so I'll say means 1 out of 3, and then you multiply, right, or multiply, yeah, multiply. Okay, in this case over here. All right, so I'm gonna put some arrow just to put some notes here, like this. Boop. Maybe I'll put this at the bottom. Okay, so means 1/3, means 1/3 times. Yeah, okay. So with this, basically, she used 1/3. So used is equal to 1/3. Then left is equal to what is this? 1 minus 1 over 3, 2 over 3. Okay, so left used fraction, left fraction. Okay, okay, so then left in kilograms is basically, in this case, 2 out of 3. Okay, I'm going to put here 2 out of 3 times, okay, in this case 2 out of 3, right? Then we multiply by 3 out of 5 kilograms. Okay, so in this case, okay, and then 3 out of 5, like this. Okay, so if I were to, just draw the two lines, we can cancel this 2, 3, and 3. So that means the answer to this is equal to 2 out of 5. Oops, 2 out of 5 kilograms. And that's it. Okay, 2 out of 5 kilograms. Kg. Right, so that's the answer, 2 out of 5 over here. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question 25. The square grid shows the position A, B, C, D, E, F, G. In which direction was point F from point B? So from point B to point F, let me draw the arrow. This one. So this should be north, south, okay, and then east, and then west, right? So for this, that means this is southwest. Yeah, southwest, southwest. Okay, all right. Then Ali stood at one of the points facing F. Okay, after he turned 45 anti-clockwise, he faced C, right? So Ali was on a point facing F, anti-clockwise. So anti-clockwise of 45 degrees. So this way, right? So basically F anti-clockwise of 45. So it should be D lah, right? So like this. So he was facing, So in essence, it's actually just A lah, right? In this case. So A, if you just do like trial and error, so if you were to do 45 anti-clockwise like this, right? So like that, then you go for C. So I'm gonna draw another line, okay, which is a solid black line. And this is basically, yeah, uh 45 degrees anti-clockwise. So I say over here, which is basically half a half a 90 lah. Okay, so in this case the answer is A. Okay, let's move on to question 26. All right, two numbers add up to 315. One of them is a two-digit number and the other one is a three-digit number. What is the smallest possible difference between the two numbers? Okay, so first number is basically a two-digit number, right? And then second number is a three-digit number. Okay, so what is the smallest possible difference? So smallest possible difference, okay, in this case is essentially, I'm just gonna put like this, poop poop. Okay, smallest possible difference. So for example, first number in here, okay, and then I'll just put here, yeah, and then what am I gonna do? I'm gonna put a difference, and then okay, so I'll just put here as difference. What you see over here, right? So you have a difference, okay, and then I'll quickly just push it like this, and then we have your difference here. Pretty beautiful. Okay, so in this case, if you want smallest difference, e.g., right, between the two numbers, that means over here you'll put 99, right, because it's two digits, 99, and then you 100, oops, 100. So difference is basically 100 minus 99 equal to 1, like that. Okay, I'm going to put a difference a little bit bigger because I can then put this as what you see over here, right? Okay, like this. Okay, so we need to have 315 for both last number and second number. So we already know first number should be 99 lah. So I'm going to put here lah, 99 over here because it's the highest. So basically need first number to be highest two digit number, which is equal to 99 in this case, right? I'm gonna make this smaller, okay, right? Okay, 99. Then second number will be, and then 315 minus 99. This will give us it's basic 315 minus 100 plus 1 is the same. No, minus 1, okay, in this case, right? Okay, so that means 315 minus 100 plus 1, which is equal to 215, okay, plus 1 is equal to 216 over here, okay, right? So I'm gonna extend this thing so that need first number to be highest two digit number, so this should be 216 over here. So make this medium very very big. Okay, so I'm just gonna remove this and this. Okay, 216, this also like this. Okay, so that means difference is 216 minus 99. This will give me again 100. Wait, 216 minus 99 is 117. 117. There you go. So the answer is 117. Right. Okay. Done. All right. Let's move on to question 27. Okay. So for question 27, 170 students participate in a charity drive. Each student collected 80 plastic bottles. What was the total number of bottles collected by the students? Okay, so these are students got to 170. One student collected 80. So one seven students collected 8 times 17, 17 times 80. Okay, you know where I'm going with this. Hopefully, I don't know. So 17 times, I'm going to just multiply this by 8. Okay, so 7 times 8 is 56, right? Then we put a 5 here. 7 times 56, 8 times 64. Yeah, correct. 56, 64. 5 times 8 is 13. So 136, 36. Okay, I'm going to put it like this. Put 5, 136. There you go. Right, so this is essentially a lazy calculator, which is 17 times 8, 8 times 10, 136 times 10, go to 1360. Okay, there you go, yay. So that means 170 students, okay, is basically 1360 times 10. That's it, nothing new. Just use hex 3600. Okay, there you go. So the answer is 17,600. What a simple question. Let's move on. Question 28. The cost of 3 hair bands was the same as the cost of 12 hair clips. Milling bought 3 hair bands, Jessica bought 1 hair band and some hair clips. Both of them spent the same amount of money. How many hair clips did Jessie buy? Simultaneous equation. Okay, what was my mistake for this? Simultaneous. Oh, simultaneous. Okay, great. All right, simultaneous equation. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is basically through let hair bands be H. Let's no, let hair bands be B. Let hair clips be C. So bands, so 3 bands is equal to 12C, right? Okay. Oh, you can do this also lah. So, whoops. Okay, and then 1 band is equal to 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4C. All right, so in this case, Millie bought 3 hairbands. Jesse bought 1 hairband and some hair clips, right? So they both spend the same amount of money. So Mei Ling is equal to 3 hairbands, right? And then Jesse, right, bought 1 hairband B plus don't know. Okay, so uh so I would say plus unknown, some hair clips. Okay, since both them spend the same amount, so 3B. Okay, or milling, so gonna put your milling is equal to Jesse, which means is equal to 3B, right, equal to 1B plus some hair clips, right, like this. Okay, so I think we can do this. 2B is equal to some hair clips, right? Okay, and then some hair clips is equal to since so 2 times 4C, which is 8 clips, right? How many hair clips did Jesse bought? 8. 8. There you go. Number is 8. Okay, let's move on to question 29. Okay, so the figure below shows 7 identical cubes which glued together to form a solid. Draw the front view. That's what I say over here. So I'm gonna put here 1, right? 1, and then I'm gonna put here 2. Okay, and then I'm gonna put 3, 4, 5. Okay, and last one should be 6. There you go. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it should be 6 cubes. So I'm gonna draw with this. So 1. Okay, I'm gonna fit this. 2, right? And then after that, then you have 4, and you have 6. That's what you see over here. Okay, there you go. Right. This is the front view. Let's move on. The whole solid, including the base, is then painted red. How many cubes has exactly 4 of their faces painted red? 4, 4 painted. So exactly 4 faces painted red means 6. 2 is connect. 2 faces are connected, right? Okay, so in this case, okay, so I'm gonna paste this on any cubes that has 4 faces painted red or 2 faces are connected. So 1, yes, definitely 1, right? Okay, and then we have 2 as well, just like this. Okay, 1, 2, and then 3 as well. 3 has 2 connected. 4 as well is also connected, right? So gonna put like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5 is connect. Hey, wait. 4 is not connected. Sorry. So 5 is connected because 4 is like connected to 1, 2, 3. So 5 is connected. We have 6 as well. We have this as well. This is also connected, right? 6 has more than 5 faces. So that means there are 5 cubes that meets these requirements. So I'll say requirements is false, or or 2 faces are connected. Okay, so the answer is 5. Whoops. Okay, let's move on to the last question. Question number 30. All right, question 30. So Hassan had a rectangular piece of paper. He folded it along the dotted lines without overlapping as shown below. So find angle Y. So how do you find angle Y? Basically, we need to find all of these angles over here so that we can find angle Y. So first thing first, I think because this is a rectangular piece of paper, we know that at this corner, this is 90 degrees, right? I'm going to put like this, right? 90 degrees. So we are also going to put this over here. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna put this over here. All right, as maybe, okay, let's find this angle. I will say x. Okay, so in this case, angle x, right, is equal to basically 180 minus 90 minus 68, right? So it's basically 68, 90 minus 68, which is in this case 22 degrees. Okay, so if I were to double confirm, 90 minus 68, right? So in this case over here, so I'll put 1 at the top of this, and I'll cancel 9 to become 8, right? So from here, I think we get the answer, which is 22. All right. Okay, so now we know that this is correct. Now the next part is, now we know that x is, in this case, 22 degrees, right? Gonna make this red, put like this. Okay, so since x is 22 degrees, that's what we see over here, right? Then the next part is, what is this little thing over here? So it is actually the folded, what do you call this? Angle, right angle. Okay, I'm gonna put this over here, and I'm gonna change it to a different color. So the color is green. Okay, and then the dotted line Okay, like, so I'm just gonna put like this. So this is the previously folded thingy as what you see over here, right? So this has been folded to this. That's what you see over here, like this. Okay, I'm gonna put it like that. Oops. Okay, so why did it move? Okay, so something like this. Okay, so the arrow points like this. You fold up like this. Okay, you fold up. Okay, so this is 90. And at the same time, I'm gonna draw another line. Is that this y over here is also, there's another thing also, is that I'm gonna put this black. Okay, great. This is also y, right? So just put notes, right? Folded, put small, also folded. Paper creates two same angles, which in this case is angle y, right? Angle y. So I see over here. Okay, so I think we can solve this, right? So basically, angle, right, y is equal to 180 minus 22, right, minus 90, right, and then this we divide by 2, right, this case. So 90 divided by 2, and then that means this is basically 68. It's basically reverse, right? 68 divided by 2, this will then become 34 degrees. There you go. So that's the answer, 34 degrees. Okay, so I'm gonna put right here 34 degrees. And that's it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more of this kind of video, subscribe down below and comment down what are the things you want me to go through next. See you in the next one. Bye bye.